arrived at the popular Bahrain International Circuit in Sakhir for the running of the Bahrain Grand Prix, the first time the Grand Prix has been held towards the back end of the season. Coming into this week, two drivers have been in the news this week. The first team news of the day comes from Renault, as after so much speculation, they have announced that 2020 DTM champion and three-time race winner Romain Quarg will be joining the team in 2022. Romain has had an amazing return to the top class, with him pretty much replicating the pace he had when he was last in the top class. He currently lies 14th in the Drivers' Championship, tied on points with former teammate Roland Motrin, and his current team Alfa Romeo lie 9th in the Constructors, 1 point behind AlphaTauri. Despite having a successful return to the top class, a lot of people feel he should have more points to his name due to how inconsistent Alfa Romeo have been this season, given the fact that they have arguably had the best car outside the top 6 threshold, with them in the last few races missing out on a lot of championship points due to the reliability of the Alfa Romeo and in some occasions mistakes from the drivers. Romain will be relieved to be joining Renault in 2022, given the frustration at Alfa Romeo and the fact that he literally fought for Renault in 2021, and he will be looking to be challenging for wins again and hopefully challenging for the title if Renault sort out their issues. He will replace Evan Byrne, who will be returning to Red Bull next season after a frustrating few seasons with Renault, and he will partner alongside Jesus Perinen, who was the man who denied Romain the opportunity to be at Renault for this season. This does unfortunately mean for Julius Anderson it's bad news for him, as with him missing out on both Renault and Lamborghini, and with him looking likely to leave Aston Martin at the end of the season, it is now highly likely that Julius will be out of a drive again for 2022, but only time will tell. The final team news of the day comes from Alfa Romeo, as a result of Romain Quarg leaving the team at the end of the season, they have announced that 2019 Formula E champion and current Haas driver Amelia Wilson will be joining the team in her final season before her sabbatical. Amelia has had a brilliant second half of the season after a tricky first half of 2021. She currently lies 20th in the Drivers' Championship, 3 points behind David Kupak, and her current team Haas lie 10th in the Constructors, 2 points behind her future team Alfa Romeo. Amelia has had issues adapting to the Haas at the start of the season, but by the time the second half of the season came around, she managed to show the pace that she was able to show last season when she was at Manor. Her highest point this season came at the last race at Mexico, where she managed to finish 6th after coming off the back of an amazing qualifying session where she qualified 9th. Amelia will be happy to know that she will be on the grid next season with Alfa Romeo, and she'll be hoping to have a brilliant final season before she heads off on her 2-season sabbatical from the OC. She will replace Romain Quarg, who as mentioned earlier will be leaving Alfa Romeo at the end of the season to join Renault. The only question remaining at Alfa Romeo is who will be Amelia Wilson's teammate, with Andre Verderi also expected to leave the team at the end of the season as a result of putting Aston Martin as his first choice, which is behind Alfa Romeo in the pick order. It is more than likely that Amelia will end up with a rookie teammate in 2022, with Benz Valdinga being the favourite for that second seat, whilst Alexander Arnold and Ruslan Proxy, providing they get good results at Indianapolis, could be there to capitalise if Benz doesn't do enough to get the seat. It will be fascinating to see who Alfa Romeo end up choosing. And that is it for this week's edition of the GP4OC News. The penultimate team news of the season will break at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix next week, who will be announced due to practice next Tuesday at the Yas Marina circuit in the United Arab Emirates.